Welcome to another episode of NBA 2K12. And yes, this is become the evil voice because it means it's Halloween time. Trick or treat edition. So the first game, we're off to Cleveland, Ohio. This was the rematch of last season's Eastern Conference first round in the Epic Series Game 7. It was the Orlando Magic trouble at the Cube against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Cavs, we're gonna have to use another throwback jersey just like the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals edition. And for the Magic, we're gonna keep the same out. We're just gonna find out between Denver, Orlando, or Cleveland. It's gonna be interesting matchup with Dwight Howard and Kyrie Irving. Hope you enjoy this video, and this is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back, and time to enjoy the video. Ha 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 ha. Happy Halloween. Enjoy.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans. It's All Hallows Eve. We got a little sweet treat for you. Some NBA action unwrapped. It'll be the Orlando Magic facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll catch up again at halftime.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Orlando Magic are trying to get ready for this one. Up in the Quicken Loans Arena, where the Cavaliers will be working in a little home court mojo. And this should be a treat. A trick here, the NBA on 2K Sports for this Halloween broadcast. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now brought to you by State Farm, a look at Orlando. Starting lineup. Gilbert Arenas is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Howard. Then there's Glenn Davis. And it's Turkoglu. And at the 3, the small forward. And for Cleveland, Jameson Verjao in the middle. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Caspi. And it's Irving at the point.
Well, Cleveland's season actually started out pretty well last year after losing LeBron James. They were about 500 a month into the year, but then things just went south and they had that horrific losing streak.
And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Outside Arenas. Howard. Verjao on it. A nice shot by Howard. Howard's got the opening basket of the game for the Magic. Steve, going back to that streak, 26 losses in a row spanning December to February. That had to just be a decade.
Man, I'm telling you, it wasn't like any of those losses. I mean, all those losses were nail-biters. I mean, the vast majority of those losses in that 26-game losing streak were in seed, no contest.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, teams were just taking aim and beating them down.
And here is Irving. Gilbert Arenas getting it to go from deep. Here's the bucket. Good.
They strike right back with a 3 of their own.
Steve, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Stan Van Gundy had a moment to share with me. Coach said a main goal of theirs is to prevent easy looks from outside. He told me closing out hard on all their shooters is going to be a very big key in this one. If we can't bother their shooters, it's going to be an awfully long 4 quarters for us, gentlemen. We'll see how it turns out, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Devising a strategy, Clark, to take away that three-point shot.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of the defensive game plan because teams nowadays are just too good to not defend them from behind the three-point line.
And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Parker's checked in. Here's Parker. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good, Irving.
Kevin, his scoring ability is valuable, really valuable. I mean, he's a guy you can rely on to knock down shots.
Backing down is Howard. Orlando on B, even numbers, and taken away by Arenas. Howard, the pass to Turkoglu, and that one's good.
Well, that's the problem. You turn the ball over, and your defense just isn't set up at the other end.
And sometimes when it happens that way, it almost feels like a 4-point bucket.
Well, Derrick Rose won the MVP last season, and I think the only guy who could really make a strong case that maybe he deserved it was Dwight Howard. I mean, he had a terrific season with the Magic, and they were so dependent on him at both ends of the floor.
And here is Irving, following the three-pointer by Dwight Howard. Here is Caspi, defended by Turkle. Here's Rimshot. Drops one in from the wing. You said it, Steve. You know, talk about how much Dwight Howard Clark means to this Orlando team. I mean, where would they be without him?
Kevin's struggling to make the playoffs in the East, most likely. You can't make any mistake about it. When you're talking about the Magic as a contender, Dwight Howard's the reason.
Now, here is Irving. He's covered by Arenas. Here's Parker. Shot denied. Magic leading by 6. And here is Howard. 5 points in the game. Here's Arenas. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got 4 assists in the game.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 three-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
A different look for Cleveland. Landis checked in, and Sessions subbed in for Anthony Parker. The Magic also changing it up. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for Davis. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. Here's Jamison. Here's Sessions. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And here now the Magic. They lead by 7.
You know, the Magic trying some different techniques last year. One was a shadowing drill that helped improve the conditioning of a lot of the Magic players. Basically, 2 players were tethered, and the offensive guy had to lose the defender. Interesting strategy and way to try to get ready for the season.
Here's Arenas. He's got 6. Backing down is Howard. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws down for him. You mentioned that drill, and you find that very interesting. I know it paid off as the Magic were one of the better conditioned teams, Steve, in the NBA.
Oh, man, before he was traded to Washington, Rashard Lewis remarked that drill in particular kind of lets you see who wanted it and who didn't on that roster. Just a very, very exhaustive exercise.
They were this one goaltender. Half the shot. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Turkoglu from the other. It's good. It's Arenas with the assist. Turkoglu's got 8. Fires top of the key. And that one's good. Sessions.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
The jump hook. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Good team effort here, and that's what's gotten them this double-digit lead.
You know, I tell you what, Steve, the way they come out here in the first quarter, they might blow them out of the water.
And I think the big question going forward for Cleveland is, what's next? How do you move on from LeBron James leaving? And the answer for the Cavaliers, they're trying to build up their young talent base. They acquired a pick from the Clippers, so they had 2 lottery picks last summer, and they're trying to get better and build with their youth.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Collins is checked in, and it's Samardo Samuels in for Antoine Jamison. Jameer Nelson's checked in for the Magic. Backing down is Howard. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Howard's got 13 points.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Takes it right up. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He has 6.
He worked his way around the bigger man and found the hoop. Great play.
Yeah, really nice play. Wasn't bothered at all.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. The Magic lead by 8.
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
And we'll be back in just a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Here's Sessions. They've got Ryan Hollins. Sessions out there with Daniel Gibson. Then it's Christian Ienga. And it's Samuels in at the four-man position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Here's Ienga. 8-point game. And it's rejected. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Kevin, Dwight Howard, the Defensive Player of the Year 3 years running. As Stan Van Gundy said, it goes far beyond his block shots and even rebounding. He's smart. He makes all the right rotations. He's a great pick-and-roll defender. There's really not a whole lot he can't do defensively. And Van Gundy can take some of the credit, guys. He was the one who really pushed Howard to develop to become the best defensive player in the league.
Good point, Doris. Thanks.
And the crazy thing is that Howard still has room to improve. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to someday see him win MVP.
And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Here's Sessions. 6 points for him. Fired short against the kind wall and goes in. Sessions got 8 points.
Well, last season was such a tough campaign for the Cavs, and the biggest blow was losing Anderson Varejao to that ankle injury. And when he missed most of the season, it really spelled doom for Cleveland.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Back to Varejao. Won't be easy to come back, Clark, from an ankle injury like that. Might not be at full strength immediately.
Boy, so much of basketball is about cutting, stopping, and starting, changing direction, quick movements, and it's hard to get back to full strength when you're recovering from an ankle injury. You got to take your time and gradually build up to it, and it might not be this season before he's fully healthy.
That's good. Magic leading by 9. Now here's Arenas. The pass to Reddick for the three, and again it's Orlando with the three.
Yeah, he's always going to pull the trigger when you give him that kind of look. Now the Magic made a sweeping change last December as they were able to move Rashard Lewis and Vince Carter, bring in Hedo Turkoglu, Jason Richardson, and Gilbert Arenas. It's not often you see a strong team like that tinker with their roster halfway through the season.
Knocks it loose.
Well, that was not an easy play, but he made it look routine.
And he slams it home. Here's the replay on the smart slam team.
Now that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can get. Confident like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
Arenas with it. He's got 8. Varejao against Davis. Here's Arenas. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Irving. He's tightly guarded. Arenas knocks it away. Magic leading by 13. Jumps up and finished off by Davis.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
From about 19 feet. And that one's good. Sessions got 10.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
For the Cavaliers, Hollins is checked in, and Antoine Jamison is subbed in for Samuels. The Magic also changing it up. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Davis. Clark comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Hedo Turkoglu is subbed in for Jason Richardson. There's the dish to Howard. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Howard.
Here it is. Oh, man.
Boy, how about the touch on that pass? Lobbed it up there nice and soft. feathery.
Yeah, looked like it may. Steve, for a pretty easy catch.
Well, the pass may have been soft, but the dunk was anything but.
Magic leading by 15. And Reddick kicks to Howard. Trying to go big for the alley-oop, but good defense got in the way. Turkoglu is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, team's first.
Here's Harris off the inbound. And the running layup is good.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Now here's Howard. It's a 13-point game. No good from Turkoglu.
Now, he can't get that one to go, but that's a shot he'll hit more often than not. You give him an opening. Like that one, he'll take advantage.
Great looking transition that time, guys.
Now Howard. He's got 15. Dishes it to Turkoglu. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Turkoglu's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, I like the fluidity I'm seeing from them on offense. It's a thing of beauty. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. They're moving the ball well, finding the open man, making that extra pass. They're playing very unselfishly right now. Anticipating that pass so well. Beautifully done.
There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter.
I got ball.
Here's Harris. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's the way to do it. Really nice ball movement there.
From downtown, and that's the quarter. Nice D to stifle the final possession. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Magic. They lead by 12.
We're going to do our best to keep it a little spooky here. Time to offer up an All Hallows Eve HP halftime report. A great team effort by the Magic so far. Offensively, they've been unstoppable, getting everything they want. Dwight Howard's got it absolutely locked in against the Cavaliers D. He's got 15 points. He's also made plays for others, showing his court vision definitively in this one. And for the Cavaliers, it's been all hustle. Some outstanding minutes from their bench unit, delivering instant offense. Ramon Sessions coming up big. After 2, he's got 10 points and a few assists, making nice plays for himself and others. And a look now at some of the stats for a couple of guys trying to get it done in today's game. That's going to do it for us here in the studio. We'll send you back to Kevin Harland and the crew for the second half call.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. Here's Sessions.
Boy, I tell you what, fellas, you know it had to be a very disappointing end to the season last year for Orlando. They got bounced out in the playoffs by the Hawks in just 16.
Orlando's got a minute left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Magic, J.J. Reddick is out there with Arenas. Then it's Hedo Turkoglu. Then there's Howard. And it's Davis at the 4 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, thank you. The Magic players have talked to Coach Stan Van Gundy about trying to curtail how often he criticizes his players. He says he's especially conscious of it after back-to-back games. As point guard Jameer Nelson put it, he picks his moments now. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And As a coach, you always have to pick your moments.
You know, a lot of coaching is not what you say, but when you say it. And that seems to be what Coach Van Gundy is striving for.
And that one's good, Irving. You know, Steve, going back to the playoffs, the Magic lost Game 1 at home. And you think that set the tone for Orlando in this series?
I think so. You know, I think Game 1 almost always sets the tone. And particularly when you lose the first one at home, it puts a little doubt in your mind. I think Atlanta gained a lot of confidence from that victory.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Tough season last year for Cleveland. A disaster, really, losing LeBron James and then falling apart as a team. In fact, they couldn't even succeed against the weaker Eastern Conference, scoring just 15 and 37.
Happy birthday, Maddie. Let's go, Cavaliers!
Here's Sessions. He's got 12. One shot. And again, it's Cleveland. Into the cans. You know, opponents could smell blood against them for a while, too, in that East.
Yeah, and I mean, they went through a stretch where they lost, what, 20-plus games in a row?
Yes.
And, you know, teams were desperately trying not to be the team that ended that losing streak, so they had a lot of things working against them, not to mention the depletion of talent and personnel from prior seasons.
With a coach, a brand new coach, and Byron Scott, who was used to winning.
Yeah, no question about
Tough
that.
environment. It was.
Very difficult.
Here's Sessions. Following the basket by Gilbert Arenas. Good on the shot. Sessions got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, defense has to get better. Clark, they've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter. What an offensive display he's putting on.
And at this point, Steve, you got to put more pressure on him. Bring help and make him move the ball.
Irving. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
But when the Magic first came into the NBA in 1989, they had some difficult years, as you would expect from an expansion team. But they've had a lot of success over the years with guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard, and they've built a really good, strong culture over the past decade.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Iyenga's checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Gilbert Arenas. Now here's Howard. Turkoglu inside the line. You're right, Steve. Orlando has built an identity with that, and Clark, I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, they've had a pair of extremely talented centers in their short tenure as a franchise, and have done a good job building around those centers. We're thinking of obviously Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard currently, though they've yet to be able to get a title out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Magic leading by 11. From deep, Richardson. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got his 4th assist in this one. Cleveland with the ball. They trail by 14. And Sessions kicks to Iyenga. Davis with it. And stolen by Irving. Turkoglu picks him up. Irving dishes to Sessions. Leans, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Now, he's really stood out for his club today, even though they're struggling a little bit. He's doing his part.
You know, for Glenn Davis, Kevin, last season was the best of his career. I mean, he managed to cut down on getting his shot blocked and up his field goal percentage as a result.
Now here's Sessions. He's got 16. Irving. It's blocked. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
Yeah, they've got to jump at the chance to actually stretch this thing out even more.
Good point. Here is Howard. 19 points in the game. Fires the 3. And Turkoglu with the basket on the assist by Howard. Turkoglu's got 5 points now this quarter. Well, Glenn Davis not the longest guy at the power forward, Steve, so you knew it would be an adjustment for him scoring in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a very interesting player. I mean, he really doesn't have any lift at all. He doesn't score over the top of people, but he finds a way. He creates angles. He uses his strength and his agility and his soft hands, and he just figures out a way to get the shot up.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And here is Irving. 10 points for him from 11 feet away. And that one's good. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's getting it warmed up now after that cold first half.
Here's Turkoglu, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
He continues to do everything well out there.
You know what? And it's really hard based on that to determine what he's done best so far.
Here's Sessions. Irving. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions got his 5th assist in this one. Nelson. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
Yeah, double-double through the first 3 quarters, so he is giving them a huge boost.
Yeah, stat sheet stuffer of a performance, Steve, making his presence known across the stat sheet.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Let's go to Doris Burke.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. There has been absolutely no let-up, even as their lead continues to grow with each stop. They're using this game to send a message to anyone who is watching, it seems. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one by the throat, really seized control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on. And by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
Jamison and Verajao in the middle. Daniel Gibson is out there with Manny Harris. And it's Caspi in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
Arenas kicks to Anderson. Verajao on it. The turnaround. And there are the Magic with another bucket. Here's Gibson. Here's Jamison. And the layup's good off the glass.
Didn't really try to take on the D by himself. I like that. Very unselfish play.
On the wing, that's good. 18 points for Gilbert Arenas.
The lift they've gotten from him today has been huge. I mean, he's been steady offensively and has helped them get out in front here so far.
On the wing, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
Look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots. They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart, too, Steve. They've just been very, very good.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Just a disastrous season a year ago for the Cavaliers, losing LeBron James and then, of course, plummeting in the standings. And they really struggled at home, too. Just 12 wins total at Quicken Loans Arena.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Hollins is checked in, and it's Samardo Samuels in for Antoine Jamison. Then for the Magic, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Anderson. Davis comes in for Earl Clark. And Ito Turkoglu is subbed in for Jason Richardson. Here's Caspi. Samuels in the post. Working on Howard. And that one's good. Back to the Cavs, Steve. Not exactly how they wanted to start off their new era without LeBron.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, they got pumped at home, and that's never any fun. And even teams that know they aren't full of talent need to step up and at least play better at home, and it wasn't the case. And, you know, Verajao being hurt really impacted that home record. Now, he wouldn't have made a significant difference, but he would have made a difference. if he was healthy.
You know who the Cavs played well against last year was the New York Knicks.
Well, there's always a team that a poor team plays well against. For some reason, the matchups are favorable, and they've got that team's number.
He had a really good first half, guys, but since that time, he's struggling to take care of the ball.
Gibson against Arenas. Feeds it to Howard. Shot clock at 6. From the baseline. That's good, and Arenas with the assist. 23 points for Howard.
And they are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
That's 10 straight points on mid-range jump shots.
You know, to paraphrase a Bible verse that says, love covers over a multitude of sins, good shooting does the same thing in basketball.
And here's Turkoglu for 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Well, there's so much to like about Dwight Howard with his defense and presence in the lane, his rebounding. How about his durability? He's only missed 3 games through his first 7 seasons in the league. Remarkable.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Gil. Arenas.
Boy, that was a terrific steal there. Is there anything they haven't done well today?
And blocked. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Sessions passes to Jameson. And the official signal the backcourt foul. Not very careful there.
Cavaliers ball.
1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Sessions dishes to Bergeron. Gets it to go. And for Dwight Howard, when you consider the nightly pounding Clark he takes inside to be the Iron Man he is and hardly miss any games, that's impressive.
That may be the most impressive one for him. You know that? I mean, considering the punishment he takes, it's a credit to his conditioning, to his preparation, his mindset. He has to take an awful lot, and he prepares himself mentally and physically to do so.
Here's Richardson. Antoine Jameson picking up that last bucket. From the arc, Howard, that's good. Howard's got 26 points.
6 points in short order. 2 straight from deep. That's what can happen with the 3 ball.
Yep, they've got it going. Nice, clean looks.
And Sessions kicks to Jameson. Puts it up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Dwight Howard.
You know, Antoine Jameson, after his injury, was coming off the bench for Cleveland, and it didn't quite sit too well with him. Eventually, though, he adjusted to it.
And Clark, for a star like Jameson to come off the bench, it's a big change for him. You can warm up differently, you view the game differently, even if it is a part of injury rehab. So, Steve, it was an adjustment certainly for him.
Yeah, it was. It's always difficult when you're a starter and you're getting a lot of field goal attempts night after night to get moved to the bench. So for Jameson, it was an impressive adjustment that he made on the fly, and I thought he eventually played really well off that bench. Nice little run here, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
And that ought to do it. That should seal the deal.
Yep, I agree. Closing it out with relish.
And that one's good. Sessions. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Turkoglu. Can't get it to go.
You know, his reputation is such that you'd be surprised with him missing any layup opportunity.
Wasted no time on that one.
Boy, he's a great option from long range on the fast break if you give him that much room.
Now, here's Nelson. Here's the 3. Can't get it to go.
I like that. Trying to respond to that last three-pointer, but he couldn't get it to go.
Here's Caspi, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
Room service time with that dish.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They lead by 10. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Arenas. Will it go? Count the bucket. And the Magic lead by 13.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. It's time to start thinking about the next game now. Boy, that is a sweet feed from his teammate there.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're leading by 11. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Here's what you take.
Well, they're obviously going to win, but this timeout may be about some substitutions.
Well, they may just want to make sure they don't do anything really foolish at the very end here.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard.
And that should do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll see you later for the second game of the 2024 doubleheader between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll be right back and what will happen. We'll see you later for the second game live at Minneapolis at the Target Center. The Nuggets meet the Timberwolves. Sign up and peace out. Good night. Goodbye. Ha 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 ha.